He's through and all alone! Good challenge, excellent challenge. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Drives it towards the front. It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no...
Actually coming a bit deeper too. Creating some space for Bassey. A lot of space. Bassey going for
Connor Golson, Clive. The big switch is on. Great play for Calvin Bassey. Bates certainly don't want to go out there 1v1, that's for sure.
Morelos. Lundstrom.
See if Bassey can drag him out there, he'll give a wee bit more space for Yanis Hadji inside the pitch, Clive.
Reba finding Tavernier, now Lundstrom. It's fantastic from Aribo. Lundstrom just beyond Bassey, but Hadji will pick up the baton. Cut up by Ocho, but Rangers quickly have it back. Kamara to Morelos. Tavernier is on the way. Just delayed the cross. He could have played it first time.
He's just moving the ball really well, Clive, side to side. Just that wee bit of quality. Just seen the one Calvin Bassey, you can see Bates, he don't want to go out there. Makes the angle difficult. That heavy touch at the end. Bassey just a bit too wide with the goal.
McGick. Golson had to concentrate there. Ramirez waiting behind him. Scott Brown did move into that sweeper's role for the second half of the game against Hibernian last Saturday, but it's very much an emergency measure in the absence of Considine and Gallagher. Hadji combining with Morelos, but the return pass wasn't quite precise enough. Given away though by Hedges. Rangers dominant from the outset. Aribo, no flag. Teased Yanis Hadji, just ran beyond him.
Yeah, just looking at the back three, Clive, Brown, McCrory and Bates, you know, they're looking at Alfie, they're getting attracted to the ball. I was just about to say as well, if Roof or Yanis Hadji, probably more suited to Yanis than it is Kemar Roof. They make that wee dart and run in between the two centre-backs, don't matter which side.
Scott Brown getting the traditional Ibrox welcome, but he too has said some very generous things about Walter in the last 24 hours. It was Walter Smith who gave Brown his Scotland debut. He'd be disappointed if he didn't hear a few boos. He just unable to keep it in. You know him pretty well, Kevin, how's he settled into life? Is he doing some coaching now at Aberdeen?
Yeah, he does a wee bit private. Our boys are both at Hibs, so I sometimes see him on a Monday if he plays on a Sunday, because he gets a day off on a Monday, so he goes back down to the family. So
still a big fixture for him. He was substituted an hour into his 44th and final Old Firm game here in May. Ryan Kent ran him ragged. And this is a difficult assignment, coming here as a defender on a night like this. Stephen Glass, the man in charge. He has some time with Walter out in Atlanta a couple of years ago. Walter's brother lived in the States and visited Stephen at the training ground. It's very, very loose, and an opportunity here for Hayes to set up Ramirez. And that's a problem of Rangers' own making. Christian Ramirez, 4 goals in his last 5 games now. But it was almost an own goal, the way that Rangers gave up possession. It's another difficult moment. The start of a night where Rangers find themselves having to come from behind again. They've conceded the first goal 8 times this season now.
yeah, they set up to press as well, Clive. I'm not so sure they want to press, to be honest. Because Rangers are trying to play out for the back. You can see the front three as well, stood in the halfway line. The gap between them's big. And then when they do play out, and you go expansive, you turn it over in dangerous areas.
9 goals now for Christian Ramirez this season. Well, that couldn't be simpler. But it's a recurring theme. They turned it around at St Mirren on Sunday. They turned it around here against Hibs at the start of the month. The Rangers, who fell behind 4 times all last season in the Premiership, got to come from behind again. Rebo to Roof. Corner kick.
Yeah, good play for Joe Rebo. He rides the first challenge. Just want to see him do his work near the box, Clive. He's so powerful and so cute at getting by people, attracting people at the ball.
Well, it's changed the mood here a little. Rangers fans responding. It's happening here in front of the Aberdeen fans. Golson with the header. Hooked in by Morelos. Somehow kept out by Lewis. It is another corner. It's a big chance that for Alfredo Morelos.
I think it hits Joe Rebo. To be honest, Clive, not good header for Golson. Heads it into the ground. So many bodies in front. Lewis Ferguson in there. Joe Rebo in there. Just wouldn't quite fall.
Hadji with this corner. Turned away by Hedges. Helped by Tavernier in an unfamiliar position. Campbell trying to get forward down that left-hand side. Tavernier in the way. Rangers have got to start all over again here. Brown just got underneath that a little bit, but Bates was there, and it's one that Hayes can chase.
Just knocked the stuffing, Clive, after a good start. Certainly not good play for Aberdeen as such, more just a mistake from our part.
Easy enough for Golson. It's the first goal Aberdeen have scored at Ibrox in 2.5 years and more since the Scottish Cup quarter-final replay win here in March 2019. Pushing 500 minutes of football without a goal against Rangers here. Kamara. Bassi. It's a great chance for Roof. Couldn't quite sort his feet out. There was a deflection behind in the end. Corner kick.
Oh, it's a great ball, Clive. Great fizz on it. It's actually a wonderful touch. How fast the ball comes at him. Just couldn't quite get out his side his feet.
Come on, it was too good, wasn't it? The first touch.
Good, yeah. Just stopped his momentum a wee bit.
Just couldn't move it away from his body. Stuck underneath, between his feet. Tavernier. As far as Kamara. The Aberdeen victory over Hibs last weekend ended a 10-game run without a win, 5 consecutive Premiership defeats, making all the wrong kinds of history, all the wrong kinds of headlines for Stephen Glass and Dave Cormack, who felt moved to go on Sports Round to fight his corner. Tough times for the Dons in the months since they parted company with Derek McInnes. Looking to get their season started, really. Started with a goal here tonight. Goal scored amidst Rangers' domination. Skims off the head of Hadji. I mean, you've got to look at this critically, Kevin. That's 8 clean sheets now in the first 20 games. They started last season with 8 in a row.
Yes, I just think it's a soft one, that one, Clive. On the back four, well, the team is doing really well. I just think the back four just needs to be a wee bit tighter and pass past a wee bit of pressure. It's the way they want to play. They need to trust it. It's worked. It's been really successful last year. So you just need to have patience and trust it the way he's trying to play it.
He's on to Hedges. It needed that challenge from Balogun. It is a corner. Everybody playing in the Premiership tonight. Celtic are a goal up at Easter Road against Hibs. Johnson have taken the lead against Hearts.
Great tackle there for Balogun.
Aberdeen have taken the lead here at Ibrox. Dylan McGeoch will take this corner kick. Scott Brown's come forward from centre-back. He's into a good area and he's headed a goal! Scott Brown! Wow! Well, he's playing at centre-back. Come forward for set pieces as a midfield player, but he's living the life of a centre-back because he's just headed Aberdeen into a 2-goal lead at Ibrox. Unmarked.
Yeah, just goes in. Actually pushes James Tavernier. He's got him, he gets first run on him. He just out-muscled a wee bit without doing too much. It's a terrific header. Really poor defending. It's James Tavernier.
He did score once for Celtic here, you may remember the celebration. Stephen Glass under pressure. And it'd be under no illusions that this game is done, but in 16 minutes of the start, Aberdeen have scored twice here. The Rangers have not scored more than 2 goals in any of their last dozen games. They'll score 3 to win here tonight.
Yeah, testing character now, Clive. The teams went through, evolved since the manager come in. They know how to win games of football. It's undeniable. They're going to need to dig deep, really deep now.
Hibs 0, Celtic 2. Careless from Bassi, and Hadji couldn't control it. And here goes Johnny Hayes now. Ramirez lifted towards Hedges. It'll come for Campbell. It's a big chance for Ferguson. Really was a good chance. Rangers are suffering here.
Yeah, just need a bit of composure, Clive. Somebody grab the game by the scruff of the neck. The moment turning the ball over too often. The team's so detached, Clive. You see Alfredo there and look at the back four. You know, the midfield three need to get up a wee bit tighter at the front three. The gap's so big.
There's real unease inside the place. John McLaughlin again in goal this evening. Well, the goal that beat him on Sunday was a blinding drive from Conor Ronan, but the two goals that have gone in tonight were very avoidable.
Just need to start moving it a wee bit quicker. Just patience is good, you know, when you're 2-0 down at Ibrox.
Rebo. Oh, that's a big challenge by Lewis Ferguson, to say the very least.
It looks like he just comes round the back, almost hooks his leg round. Right. Seems a bit of a ball, but I think he comes through Joe Rebo to start with. Lewis Ferguson.
It's just reckless. Rangers need to score the next goal in this match, that's for sure. Sooner the better. Tavernier has had assists in each of the last two games. Got Balogun and Golson to aim for. Towards the head of Morelos! Oh, Rangers needed that. Takes card again and sets off on trying to score a second 100. 200th appearance for Rangers tonight. Goal number 101. And few have been better timed than that one. Within 4 minutes of Scott Brown putting Aberdeen 2 up, Morelos halves the deficit.
Yeah, game on now, Clive. You know, first good ball for James Tavernier. You know, the two corners have hit the front area. The one that got to Conor Golson caused a wee bit of confusion this time. No mistake. Who would you want on it? That man, Alfredo Morelos. Game on now, Clive.
And another assist for James Tavernier. Set up the Morelos header in Paisley at the weekend. Took the corner for Balogun's header against Bromby, and now connects again with Morelos. His 60th Premiership goal amongst those 101 for Rangers. 7th time he scored against Aberdeen.
See the manager, he wants it forward, Clive. He wants to play in their half.
Hadji. He gave Ojo some problems in the opening minutes, and he's given him a big problem there, and that has got to be a yellow card for Fonzo Ojo.
Yeah, great play for Calvin Bassett. You can see the manager egging them on, Clive. He wants them to play in that half. A clever wee ball. It's just sheer power for Calvin. Come on.
Stephen Glass is having a big argument with Andrew Dallas down on the touchline, the fourth official. Ojo playing out of position, in fairness. He moved to right back initially on Saturday, then was a wing back after the injury to Calvin Ramsey.
Oh, missed the first man.
You sense that if Rangers can get the deliveries right from these set pieces, that this injury hit Aberdeen defence will struggle to cope with the ball in the air. Hadji takes. It's come as far as Golson. Struck that pretty well.
Do a lot of it so the units are close together, so when they do turn the ball over, you've got a pass and you've got players close by, and when they do it really well.
Ross County down at the bottom, or one up at Dundee. Reba. Kamara. Roof. Ball starting to move across this wet top surface a little more promisingly. Came upon Hadji a little too quickly at that time, but good cover from Bassi.
Just that wee bit of quality for Yanis. 1-2 with Kemar Roof. Just a wee soft set.
Most of Glasgow's, certainly the roads seem to be flooded tonight, but the playing surface here is immaculate.
Come on, Kelv.
Kamara to Hadji. Here's Bassi. Early in towards Roof, headed away by Brown. Tapped by Balogun. Tapped by Bassi. A little bit of confidence starting to flow through Rangers' veins again.
Yeah, he's on all day. There's Calvin Bassi down this left side. He can be really aggressive with Ojo. I don't want to go back there.
Really shaken by those 2 goals in the space of 8 minutes. From Ramirez, and then the diving header from Scott Brown. 36 years of age. We've seen enough of that. Lewis is in a bit of trouble here. Roof almost made him pay. Wasn't the best of back passes from Bates, and Lewis is telling him so.
I guess a wee bit lucky there. Joe Lewis, back pass for Bates. That's what you want to see. Kemar Roof, Clive, harrying people. They've got to steer it. The team, when one goes, everybody goes. That energy can come from different people all over the pitch, but people need to follow. You need to go together.
Yeah,
it just shows you though, Clive, when you do kick it past them, you pick up the second one. See if Aberdeen are going to go and set up to press with 4 or 5 players. Great when you can go pop, pop, pop and go past them, but kick it over them every now and again. They'll soon stop pressing. There's no doubt we want to see Alfredo Morelos, Kemar Roof, Joe Rebo, Yanis Hadji's on the ball in the Aberdeen half.
It's been one of the features of Steven Gerrard's Rangers over the last 18 months, their ability to mix it up, go short, go long. Tweaks to the shape of the team game by game and within games. It's hybrid players like Aribo and Hadji that can play in the midfield or the forward line or in between the lines. Gives you a lot of versatility.
Yeah, I don't know if the TV picked it up there, Clive, but just, Joe Rebo just waltzing in. You can just see him as Liam Balogun just steps in. He's just drifting into good areas. Just waiting on that person to pick the right pass.
Here is Aribo. Tavernier. Lundstrom. It's away by Ocho, and pretty comfortably so. Hayes is brought down by Kamara. Stephen Glass is asking John Beat to book him, but Glenn Kamara's going to get off with a warning.
Yeah, he's maybe a wee bit lucky there, Glenn Kamara. He actually backs out a wee bit, but he stopped Johnny Hayes for breaking.
Bates. To McLaughlin from David Bates. He had just under 2 years here. His last Ibrox appearance, he scored the winner against Kilmarnock, May 2018. Still only 25. Goldson. Over the head of Ocho for Bassi again. Kamara. Bassi, great chance for Roof, just quite dig it out from under his feet again, and Ojo concedes the corner.
Get down this left side again, Clive, just desperate for somebody to see that longer pass. Yanis Hadji, Kemar Roof, they're all threatening to get him behind. Ball watching almost at Aberdeen back three as well when people just drift in. Good play again for Calvin Bassi, slightly behind Kemar Roof that time.
Hadji towards Goldson. Headed up and away by Hedges. Kept alive by Balogun. Hadji smuggling the ball to Kamara. Finding some space, brilliantly done. By Aribo. Kept alive by Goldson this time. Aribo's on it again. Brown lost it. Kamara couldn't quite connect with Hadji.
That was sensational play for Glenn Kamara. Just how he moves the ball, his balance and his awareness. Well, firstly Yanis Hadji and then Glenn Kamara, then he gives it away. Superb play for Glenn Kamara, just the finishing touches.
Back in the team tonight, sat out the last couple of games, first of them through that European suspension.
just love watching him play, Clive. His balance, how he moves, how he receives the ball, how he shifts it away, how he lends it to people.
Wilson. Rebo. Corner kick.
It's on all day, Clive. The longer one. You know, the poking and prodding's great. It's the way they play it. I still think back to so much success. Ryan Kent making that dart and run. Conor Golson, the longer one. I know they want to put people in and goal.
Tavernier. Golson! Still a chance, Lundstrom! He's really good defending, last ditch defending from Hedges, latterly. On the corner.
Yes, I'm saying it's a great header. It should have been a goal. Clive has a big chance for the big one. And then just a bit bad luck with the rebound. A good delivery again for James Tavernier.
Tavernier. Olsen couldn't quite reach that. Morelos tried to knock it back.
Actually had double handful of his strip as well, Clive. Let's see it.
Elsewhere, Hibs 0, Celtic 3. Dundee 0, Ross County 2. So Johnson still one up against Hearts. No goals at Livingston or at Motherwell. Lundstrom. Good movement from Ruth. And Brown was caught on his heels there. The flag did go up ultimately against Kamal Ruth. It wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, it's on again though, Clive. You know, just that. You know, Scott Brown is not a natural centre back. You know, McCrory and Bates probably want to pick somebody up rather than being a wee bit loose. The movement. There's Kemar Ruth, Yanis Hadji, Alfredo, Joe Rebo floating in there. It's on.
It's a Rangers throw. Hadji onside. Kamara held off players so well. Rebo trying to fire it in at Morelos. Tavernier. Pressure's pretty constant again though now. Joe Rebo, immaculate control. A slip by Golson, robbed by Ferguson. Hayes making progress.
Just a heavy touch there for Conor Golson. Brilliant.
Rebo has been penalised.
Almost carbon copy, I think. On Lewis Ferguson on Joe Rebo earlier, Clive. You know, sliding, getting the ball, but taking a bit of the man first.
Plenty of indications in the opening half that Rangers will score again tonight. Just worry about them conceding. Balogun to Hedges. Campbell. Kamara's there. Tavernier seeking out Morelos. Showed too much of it to Bates.
He's had so much success with that longer one, Clive. You know, gets us up the pitch so quickly. You know, they look leggy, Aberdeen. Done a lot of work without the ball, especially when it goes forward quick. You have to turn and track back and, you know, defend for your life.
Muller trying those piercing balls played with pace through to the edge of the box. Just picked off that one from Goldson, but a good option. Ojo. Gurk. Aberdeen throw.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to thread them through. It's so congested, so compact.
Ferguson. A bit of space here for Hedges. It's dangerous. Got support too. Not there. With the head of Ramirez, well over it.
He just runs. A bit control for Aberdeen. Clive, he just runs. Hedges does. On the left channel, off the back of James Tavernier. But you're right, Clive, it's really important, especially being 2-1 down. The back door stays firmly shut.
Has been given in Ramirez's favour there. He and Aribo were going for the same bouncing ball.
I think he just gave a throw in. It
was very much a 50-50, and they both kicked it at the same time, I think. Yeah, did come off Aribo. Ball's in the hands of Fojo's waiting to take the throw, in fact. Minutes of the first half remaining. Goldson quick to react. It's a good header from Aribo, who was fouled there by David Bates.
He just gets there first, Joe Aribo. David Bates just coming through the back. Spark, Clive, you know, somebody to make a tackle, a wee bit of quality, a threaded pass, or travel with the ball, a big header, whatever it may be. Just looking for that wee spark. Let this first half fizzle out.
Some pulled a goal back at Easter Road. Celtic 3-1 up there, and Hearts have equalised against St Johnstone 1-1. Just 3 points clear of Hearts and Dundee United, 4 clear of Celtic at kick-off. Tavernier. Rebo in pursuit. Winning a corner.
So much joy, Clive. It might sound simple, but you know, the one that's went that wee bit longer has gave us so much success. We've got to put them on the back foot, disrupted a wee bit of their shape, sent it back something to run back to the byline, back towards their own goal.
Both wing-backs would feel as if they were playing out of position. Brown certainly is. Tavernier. Towards Goldson! Oh, it's a heck of a save that from Lewis. Wow.
What a save.
Really powerful header by Goldson, and Lewis just diverted it up and over his crossbar.
You know, just play forward early, Clive. You get set pieces. You've got so much talent. So many effective players in that box. None more so than big Connor Goldson.
Tavernier again. He's been on the money for most of the night. That wasn't his best. Hadji. Goldson still forward. He was aware of that. Turned away by McCrory and then Hedges. County of 4-0 up at Dundee. Livingston have taken the lead against Dundee United. Lundstrom. Somebody had tried to divert it into the path of Rebo, but he's been penalised.
He just gets caught wrong side. Joe Rebo, the wee layoff. See him just getting trying to get his body round. Ross McCrory. It's where we want him though, Clive. You know, around the box, that power, change the direction that he's got, close control, attracts people at the ball, gives Joe Rebo.
Of the 45 minutes. Been too many stoppages other than for the restarts. Just deflected from Bassi through to Morelos. Misunderstanding between Kamara and Lundstrom. That's a good ball from Lundstrom to Hadji. Bassi. Morelos showing. Back by Balogun. Goal kick given.
Just went too heavy.
Just the one added minute. I say it's the 8th time this season that Rangers have conceded the first goal in a game. They have won 3 times from that position. Been 2 down in the Premiership. 2 down to Lyon here, obviously, when the game was lost. Tavernier. Picked up by Campbell. Tavernier returns.
Yeah, does well to recover. James Tavernier was right past down the side. Just to get it wide enough. Did the skip.
We thought Stephen Gerrard had been in too much of a hurry to make changes as such. Scott Wright, incidentally, is not on the bench tonight against his former club. Barisic has got a slight injury I know about. He's not there either. Most of Fashion Sakala and Janila Bakuna are. Well, it's a shocking start to the game, really. A goal which Rangers gifted to Aberdeen inside 8 minutes. Christian Ramirez has certainly been in the form to snap up any chances. And then the low point of the season, I think, in many ways, Scott Brown's diving header to make it 2-0. But mercifully, it was only 4 minutes before Alfredo Morelos managed to pull 1 goal.
Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today, of course, we do have the Rangers versus Aberdeen live stream.
Just need to find some assurance in their players as much as anything, Kevin. It's been a little nervy for much of the evening so far.
Yeah, it's a big evening, Clive. There's obviously no doubt about it. Probably none bigger ever, really. You know how much weight the manager carried. It has affected everybody. But one thing is, the players have still got a job to do. I know it's tough. I'm feeling for them, feeling for everybody. But at the same time, we need to win games of football. That's what this club represents.
Ojo back to Bates. It seemed like a good time to be playing Aberdeen in the midst of their injury problems. They've lost their two young fullbacks, Ramsey and McKenzie, in the last week. Gallagher too. Considine out for the long term. So Campbell here and McGeer have played very, very little football in the last 6 weeks or so. Ojo. Gallagher will deal with that. Stephen Gerrard wants Rangers to play with risk. He wants them to take chances going forward in order to become more creative, etch out more chances. It's a double-edged sword. Kamara, Morelos.
Yeah, this is what you want, no, Clive. You want the team playing in Aberdeen's half. You know, not as deep.
Goldson towards Hadji. Flag is up.
That's a terrific ball from Connor Goldson. Just drifts in. Yanis Hadji. Not really expecting him, to be fair, in the air, but you just see, you can see Bates holding his line. Yanis, he just goes in just behind. No reason for him to be offside, to be honest, Clive.
Rather underlines the point that Neil and Craig were making at half time, but you know, Connor Goldson, Gallagher perhaps to a slightly lesser extent, they are capable of bringing the ball out themselves and delivering that kind of cross.
Yeah, so he's longer passes, Connor Goldson, not so much threading it through, Clive, but his longer ones. He's got the big one, the 6-iron punch. You know, we've seen it all too often last season to Ryan Kent. He's got that in his locker. If you're willing to run, he will find you.
Can't remember any of my 6-irons going like that yesterday. It was all very, and it was about 35-mile-an-hour wind. Here's Tavernier. He was held back.
Good play for James Tavernier. Just stealing it, driving, trying to get the team up the pitch. See Calvin Bassey starting higher, Clive. You know, Glenn Kamara's dropping it that like false fullback one. You know, it's called false fullback now. It never used to be. It used to just be a midfielder dropping in, but drops into that area and the fullback goes high. Joe Rebo doing it as well this side.
Rebo. We've clearly held and pulled back there by Ross McCrory. I mean, if the officials have seen that, it's got to be a yellow card.
It's got to be
a tactical foul and it's a pull of the shirt. Yeah,
and he's in behind as well, Clive. You know, he's going down the channel. Whether the header, James Tavernier actually goes into Kemar Roof's path. He will not get a yellow card just because the ball didn't go through into the right area.
Well, the set piece, Tavernier. It's a really good one too. Brown managed to get his head to it. He just enabled to chase it down. He thought he was being held. By Lewis Ferguson, but John Beaton disagreed.
That's almost perfect. The delivery for James Tavernier that time. Just the speed, just an extra yard, I think. Just to go into that real danger zone. Just see Calvin Bassey does well. Lewis Ferguson to get the body across, so he's took a bump on his ankle. They've wanted a fast start. Stephen Gerrard Clive. Stephen Glassell have wanted a slow one. He'll be wanting the crowd to get on the team's back and wanting to slow it down every opportunity.
There's Tavernier again. Sharp pass for Kamara to reel in. Ferguson to Campbell, McGeoch. He's walking for Hedges. Golson again, finding a pass. Morelos unable to find the touch though. Goal apart, we haven't seen an awful lot of Alfredo Morelos so far. He's come from an offside position to receive that.
His touch to start with. Alfredo Morelos, it was on as well. The wee 1-2 round the corner. Just a heavy touch. And he needs to work a wee bit harder for the team to get back on side. He's a platform for the team, Clive. He's the focal point.
His numbers are up in the last few weeks. 4 goals in his last 7 starts. In a post against Bromby too. Winning goal last weekend. Jumped into the crowd. Shrug to have been the one to catch him, but Rebo into Roof, and no flag here, and Kamal Roof he's caught in 2 minds. He's found a cross, there's Morelos. He did pretty well under pressure from Bates, but couldn't find any power. I think the better chance was to Kamal Roof here.
Yeah, sensational wee ball, great movement for Kamal Roof. It just actually skids away just as he sets himself, Clive. You know, the ball just takes a wee bit a bigger bounce than I think he expected. You can see Alfredo just a wee bit unlucky at the back post.
Hayes on the charge here, but John McLaughlin is alert.
Every time it's went over down the side, Clive, we've looked really dangerous. They do look vulnerable when they need to turn, chase back to their own goal, Aberdeen.
Any young manager who ever met him, what would Walter do?
One thing I do know, Clive, and I've seen it many times when he used to sit in that director's box. I think that many of the time he was coming down to give me a hard time. He used to race down these stairs when he wasn't happy. You knew if you looked in the stand and he wasn't there.
Purposeful run, this took on a bit too much in the end, Lewis Ferguson. Wolf was fouled. Rather attracted the challenge because his first touch was a little hesitant. McGeoch obliged.
Yeah, I don't actually think he's seen Dylan McGeoch coming. He does well to try and then swivel his body. He almost got robbed. Clive overplaying again a wee bit. You can see the manager on the side. He wants the team to play further up the pitch.
Well, 2. Submarine 0 for Park.
See how high the fullbacks are playing, Clive. Glenn Kamara dropping in, Lundstrom dropping in, Joe Rebo. You can see them, Bassey and Tavernier. They're almost playing like wingers.
Second place, Hearts still drawing 1-1 at St Johnstone. Third place, Dundee United drawing 1-1 at Livingston. Fourth place, Celtic winning 3-1 at Hibernian. Lundstrom. It's just a bit too tall for Tavernier. Voted man of the match in the last 2 home games. A little bit more difficult tonight to impact on the game. John Lundstrom.
he's at his best, Clive, John Lundstrom, when he's backing play up. You know, he's looking for that one that comes back, the second one, to keep the pressure on the team.
Tavernier trying to get Morelos in his way. Brown's header force for Roof. That and maybe didn't get a call. Just thought he was under more pressure than he really was. By Ramirez from Ocho to chase. Bassi is there. Coughlin knew what he was doing.
Yeah, no stuff that for John McLaughlin.
That's good from Golson. Picking out Hadji. Gets the control it deserves too. 3 in support of Yanis Hadji here. Corner kick.
Another long one, Clive. And another one that will just move that a wee bit quicker.
To be behind for too long. They trailed by for 38 minutes in Paisley at the weekend. They were behind for 52 minutes here against Hibernian. Hadji with the corner. There was a bit of pushing and shoving going on. The referee has stopped play because there is an Aberdeen player in distress in the box, Ross McCrory, claiming foul play. He looked the future of Rangers 4 years ago, boyhood fan. Stephen Gerrard came in. He said that he was happy for McCrory to stay, but he dropped down the pecking order.
So he just coming together. I think he just goes across. He's not even looking at him. Connor Golson.
Deal was made permanent when Scott Wright came the other way in February.
It's not head knock. It's got to be Rangers' ball, Clive. They're in possession. Andy's went back 10-15 yards.
John Peters getting plenty of advice and help.
Might as well knock it back to John McLaughlin.
Rangers aren't going to keep it. Tavernier. Lundstrom. Morelos. Just a little clumsy, some of those touches. Took the fluency out of that move and the threat with it. Nothing clumsy about that from Hadji. Here comes Balogun. Now Bassi. Hadji wanted a little too long on the ball. Dispossessed by Hayes. It's good from Balogun. Won the ball. Bassi allowed to go on.
Corner.
Too many passes going astray.
Come on, Joe.
So again, Aberdeen looking for play to be stopped. Ramirez is down. Rangers less than convinced. Bassi. Tavernier will catch up with it. Ramirez is on his feet. Now he's down again. Now he's up again. Kamara. Hadji. Just couldn't thread it through. Knocking at the door here, though. Aribo. Kamara. Hadji to Tavernier. That's well worked between Hadji and Tavernier. Yanis Hadji just about. No, couldn't quite catch up with them. Goal kick.
Oh, just so desperate for them to do the right thing, Clive. You know, good play again. Counter pressing, staying high, keeping the ball alive. And then just that wee final part, the wee 1-2, just overhit for James Tavernier, for Yanis Hadji.
A couple of changes coming up. Scott Arfield for Rangers, Smiley Watkins for Aberdeen. John Lundstrom is coming off for Arfield. Really happened for Lundstrom tonight. Scotty Arfield has had 25 minutes as a substitute in the last couple of games. Hit the crossbar late on against Bromby here. He has that goal threat.
Yeah, we know he'll arrive in the box. Clive, Scotty Arfield, got no doubt.
Alfredo Morelos has not got the best disciplinary record against Aberdeen. He would do well just to stay out of all of this. So what will Arfield bring that Rangers haven't had so far?
I think already you can see, I know the game stopped, Clive, but I don't see him dropping deep to get a touch of the ball. I see him trying to get a wee bit closer to Alfredo Morelos. If Alfredo's maybe attracted.
The match last weekend against Hibs, and what was only his, well, the second start of his second spell. Injuries certainly have restricted his appearances since his return. Ramirez, the scorer of the first goal, makes way. Light for light change. Succession of forwards last season: Flo Canberry, Callum Hendry, Fraser Hornby, Sam Cosgrove are still around, and Watkins had a spell on loan from Bristol City.
See Scott Arfield starting position, Clive. He's going to play higher, he's going to play closer. There you go, maybe Darton runs.
Foul. That's it. It has been given eventually. Bates on Morelos. Hadji swung in towards Arfield, helped on his way by McCrory as far as Tavernier. Morelos was showing, the pass wasn't quite good enough. Well, there was the breakout.
Yeah, it's just that final pass again. Just the weight here, the angle here, the execution here. Just waiting for that wee bit of quality.
Kamara, Roof, Golson to Tavernier. There's a corner. Player.
I think he takes one on the sorbet. Clive.
In the Trossachs. South of there. Never get any sympathy, do you? Tavernier again. Golson again. Rebo couldn't quite connect. Arfield. Pretty studied effort. It'll come for Tavernier. And now Hadji. Now Golson went down in the box. No great appeals.
Yeah, he wasn't even looking for it. That was John Beaton. Just hoping that somebody could get on the end of it, Clive. So much pressure. Without any real clear-cut chances. Some good balls in the box. Keeping it live, keeping the pressure on. A wee bit of quality, just going. Just see Scott Brown. Just backs into Conor Golson. Not going to get out his road.
The invincible season began and ended with victories over Aberdeen. 2 of 4 successes over the Dons during last season. Rangers have beaten in the last 9 encounters. Aberdeen haven't beaten Rangers since a cup quarter-final replay here, March 2019. Mojo. Some real fluency from Rangers in one or two recent performances. Maybe haven't always seen it through, but they play some great stuff against Motherwell, play some great stuff against Hearts in the first half. It's really come together tonight. It's been bitty. Aberdeen have a throw here. Will keep that in. He's done well to ferry that to Ferguson. Hedges has got an opportunity, and that's a trick by Aribo and a free kick.
Growing in a wee bit of confidence. Strung a few passes together. Aberdeen shifts away Hedges for Joe Aribo. Area. See, just chops back across Joe Aribo. Does not seem to have any complaints. Clive just moves the ball. You can see it. Just catches Hedges on the ankle. Ferguson looks like he fancies this. Hedges on his left.
Taking the time over it, that's for sure. Still a quarter of the game to go. Ferguson, after all that, it's pretty easy block for the wall. Danger passes, goal kick.
Doesn't know James Tavernier at the back post there. He's got a base an inch.
Morelos. Hachi. Tavernier. Golson finding Arfield, just couldn't quite controlled it under pressure from Brown. Edge's control is good. Campbell straight to Golson. On by Arfield. Morelos, can Arfield catch up with it? Brown dived in a bit. Got the ball. Golson again. Hachi. Tavernier. Slipped it through to Yanis Hachi. Cover from McCrory, but Hachi's got it back. Here's a chance for Arfield. With that again from Brown, he got to Scott Arfield very quickly.
Yes, couldn't get out his feet. Scott Arfield. But we said Clive would arrive in the box. Oh, Scotty. Come on, keep the pressure on.
Bassi. Roof. Referee allowed an advantage. Well, brings it back now because Kamar Roof was tagged.
It just comes through the back. Just David Bates. A good angle for James Tavernier to put one right on top of Joe Lewis here. Let's see him. Just flicks it round the corner for Calvin Bassi.
Given away by Bates.
Try and score at the back post, Clive, but you need people You need people to make sure they get across the ball. Try and put Joe Lewis off just a touch.
Tavernier right at the throat of Lewis. It's a little too long. Morelos. Kamara. Lovely turn. Brown did pretty well.
Yeah, it's a great ball as well. Clive, Glenn Kamara, Kemar Roof, and I think Liam Balogun, both behind Scott Brown. I think if one had gambled there, as soon as Glenn Kamara shifted away, you know it was going to come in the box. Both of them stood behind Scott Brown.
Goals. Second placed Hearts still drawing 1-1 at St Johnstone. Third place Dundee United drawing 1-1 at Livingston. Fourth place Celtic winning 3-1 at Hibernian.
Just see James Tavernier's free kick there, Clive. Just a bit floaty for the skipper.
You thought that all the rain could fall on Glasgow had already fallen today. You were wrong. I've got to keep asking questions.
I just wonder if a wee bit of speed, Clive, for Sakala. Just stretch this back three, which is becoming a back five.
Haji. Was pulled back there by Marley Watkins.
Great change of direction for Yanis.
There seems to have been a succession of free kicks, and whilst Rangers have scored from a set piece and carried a threat from several others.
There's a huge gap there, Clive, just somewhere in the penalty spot. It's difficult for Joe Lewis.
Tavernier in towards Morelos, and he just tried to glance it on, but in the end he did Aberdeen's job for them.
It's a real hard one to score with for Alfredo Morelos. Just see it's dipping a wee bit low. You know, it's almost only just 2 or 3 yards in the box to score a header. For 14, 15, 16 yards out, like some doing.
73 years of age, tragically young. When the clock ticks round past 73, the Ibrox faithful stand again and implored the memory of the great Walter Smith. Campbell with the cross, Wilson with the clearance. No age at all. He always looks, time we saw him, he just looked indestructible. Corner. Taken out of harm's way by Balogun. Free kick had gone Rangers' way. Well, they've been behind since the 8th minute. Coming up 75 now. Arfield, Haji. Tavernier has lost it. Here's a chance for Marley Watkins to run at Connor Golson. It's Well-timed challenge, intervention that by Golson. Bassey's header away, finds Kamara. One of those heart-in-the-mouth moments, but maybe a rare chance to counter.
He was a powerhouse as Watkins, Clive, so you got to know when you start to push, the back doors needs to stay shut.
Rebo, off it in, Morelos is offside.
Just go slightly early. I think that wee clip that's been on as well, Clive. You know, it's going to keep our roof. And they're holding a high enough line on Aberdeen. You see the spacing behind. It's a tight one as well. You see Bates at the top end of the screen.
We're going to see Fashion Sakala, and we're going to see Scott Wright against his former club. Joe Aribo and Kamaru coming off. Well, so there's plenty of pace suddenly come onto the field. Scott Wright, Aberdeen born and bred, played the last 20 minutes against his boyhood club here in May. Didn't figure at all at the weekend. Fashion Sakala's had 20 minutes in each of the last two games. He's had chances in both of them.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go to the left, Clive. Scott Wright will come to the right. Scott Arfield will drop back a line to go alongside Glenn Kamara. I'd imagine Yanis Hadji won't do as much defensive duties as Scott Wright and Glenn Kamara.
Maybe 15 minutes or so still to play with the stoppage time. Rangers have drawn 2 of their last 3 home games in the Premiership. 2 against Motherwell and Hearts. Campbell. Frustration grows.
Yeah, just a heavy touch. James Tavernier. Poor ball down the side as well. Chance to steal it back. We've done the games, Clive, Motherwell and Hearts. For 45 minutes at times, some of the football was scintillating. It's not to get the reward, the goals. That would be a mistake. Keeps on biting the team at the moment.
Yeah, I think you'd have to say they played better in those 2 games than they have done tonight.
Yeah, it was just a slickness, there was a real purpose.
Finding a way to win when you're not playing so well, or get something from the game, is one of the hallmarks of champions. Kamara has to be a little bit more measured than that. Right, penalised.
This is what you don't want to do. Clive just plays into Aberdeen's hands. This, you know how long it will take for them to take free kicks to get the game restarted. You can see it. This is body in. Dean Campbell.
Mistake by Ferguson. Bassey's not able to make the most of it. Ojo's lost out to Sakala though. Hadji. Sakala did well to ferry that on. Tavernier back into Sakala, down he goes, penalty! Bundled over by David Bates. Fashion Sakala makes an immediate impact. And Rangers have an opportunity from the spot to equalise. Now Kamaru's been the penalty taker this season. James Tavernier has stepped down, but he's going to step up now when he's been needed. I'm not going to tell you his recent penalty record. You really don't want to know.
Yeah, you can see him. He gets round the side. David Bates. He doesn't really have much complaint, Clive, so it shows you. He just waltzes in, Sakala. A longer ball again, a wee bit more direct. Causes confusion in this Aberdeen team. Come on, Tav.
10 minutes left to play. James Tavernier back on the spot. Scores! 2-2. And it's a landmark for the hallmark of Rangers' return to the top of the Scottish game. 50 league goals in light blue for James Tavernier.
Yeah, big personality there for James Tavernier, Clive. No ballsy steal. He ain't had the best game. Pretty sure he'll be honest enough to say that. He's made a few mistakes, but to have the personality, the character, and as I say, the balls to step up in this place. Superb for James Tavernier.
He scored 10 penalties last season, but if you count pre-season and penalty shootouts, he'd missed 4 of his last 5 before he walked forward to take that one. That's what was resting on the shoulders of James Tavernier, the captain that has piloted the team back from championship to champions again. 50 goals from fullback. And if I tell you that only one Rangers defender has scored more league goals in the history of the club, and that his name is John Gregg, you can see where Tavernier's name belongs in Rangers history. He is a living legend. It's quite a number. 25 of the 50 league goals have come from the spot, but he has scored all kinds of goals in the last year or so. 50 in 215 appearances, and actually Mr. Gregg was more of a midfield player in his early days, a wing half. And that one has set up the opportunity now for Rangers to really go for victory.
Place erupted, Clive, but this place is bouncing. There is no better place.
Olsen towards Sakala, who, let's not forget, won that penalty. Here's Tavernier revived. Sakala again flags up. He came from an offside position. Won't count.
Yeah, we got lucky there, Sakala. He just comes blindside, Clive. I think he gets it right, the linesman.
But on a night when we're remembering a legend, let's just put that into context. John Gregg 88, Tavernier 50, Jardine and Meiklejohn 42. That's vaunted company. Not bad for a free transfer.
Just a personality, Clive, for me. You know, there was a time where he didn't take one and he got questioned a wee bit, the captain. But on such a special week for the club, the emotion is right, running high through everybody. Step up and take it.
Turns 30 on Sunday. James Tavernier. Free kick. But he's been back amongst the assists in recent weeks. Had the assist for the first goal tonight. Nearly headed a goal last Sunday from a Barisic cross. And the two fullbacks played such a massive part in what happened last season. Two. Dundee United still drawing, Hearts still drawing, Celtic still winning.
I just want them to show a wee bit of patience, a bit of composure, the manager. But he'll want it forward, Clive. He'll want the ball closer to the Aberdeen goal than it is to ours. You can see him, he wants to have up higher. There you go, Scotty.
Goals. Well gathered by Scott Wright. He's going to run McCrory and find a cross and find Arfield. Just couldn't control it. Smashed into the post too.
Yeah, it was almost sensational, Clive. Ball forward, take, changes speed from Scott Wright, and then the ball just goes on outside in McCrory, goes by him. It's a difficult one for Scott Arfield, but it's a chance, Clive.
It's a really courageous header too. He crashes into the post there. Wow. And the nonsense developing as a yellow card, I think, for Joe Lewis for trying to waste time. David Bates is down.
I think it actually might come off Bates. Clive.
Yeah, it's a corner.
With a corner.
Rangers don't need a distraction at this moment. Don't want ill-discipline. They want to keep the heat on. They want to get the game started and make the most of the momentum that Tavernier's equaliser has given them.
Passes up now as well, Clive. You can see extra body. Oh, make them defend it.
There's so much going on in the box.
I always find it mad, Clive. I wasn't no tough man, but I certainly wouldn't go down. A wee bit argy-bargy. It's amazing. These big centre-halves come together in the box. How little it takes for them to fall to the ground.
It's just so easy for a referee to give a free kick for the defending side. Got to be careful here, Rangers. Tavernier takes in towards Golson, who's having his shirt pulled. Balogun went down. It's another corner. There's a penalty. The referee really wants to give it because there are definitely shirts being pulled.
Yeah, you can see them, they're all over. You can see Bates, I think, in fairness, I think they've both got a handful.
Tavernier, oh, so close to Bassi. Right back in from Hadji. Kamara. Has he found a half a yard here? Kamara. He certainly found a corner.
He's just so good at that, Glenn Kamara. How close his control is, his balance, how he can shift the ball.
Got to think there'll be at least 5 minutes.
Do an in-swinger, man. James Tavernier.
It's going to be the left foot, though, of Yanis Hadji. It's not a great one. Scuffed it a bit. Get another opportunity, though. Tavernier.
Back post.
Golson still forward. Torn by McCrory. Goal kick given.
Tonight's final match is sponsored by Joe Jump is number 20 Alfredo Morello.
Well, not necessarily been my choice, but there you go. Why not?
Go on, get one more chance.
Yeah, maybe there's a man of the match still out there we haven't discovered. One more chance might just be enough. As things stand, Celtic will close the gap to 2 at the top. Last of the 90 minutes. Campbell will take it. It was an opportunity of sorts for Marley Watkins. Here comes the added minutes board. Maybe that last attack. 5 added minutes. McCrory under pressure.
Fourth official is indicating there will be a minimum of 5 minutes.
They found a way out, but only at the expense of a throw-in. Tavernier. Balogun. Bassi. Header away by McCrory. Edges with the control. Again, cheap foul from Scott Arfield.
That's what they want, Clive. You know, it's so hard not to have the energy. Just desperate for it to go well for the boys. It's a cheap one again for Scott Arfield.
More moments going to be idled away here. Dundee 0, Ross County 5, Hibernian 1, Celtic 3, Livingston 1, Dundee United 1, Motherwell 2, St Mirren 2, St Johnstone 1, Hearts 1 are the latest scores. As things stand, it would be Rangers 24, Celtic 22, Hearts and Dundee United 21 each.
Ball.
Rangers are at Motherwell at midday on Sunday. Next home game is against Ross County a week on Sunday. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Bassi. Balogun just couldn't quite return it to him in his anxiety to do so, but he has won the ball back. Done a little bit more than that, made some progress.
Come on forward, John.
2 of the 5 added minutes play. Again, just the weight of the pass, halting the momentum. Hachi squeezed through to Morelos, who goes down under pressure from Brown, but he's not getting anything. Hatch's won it back anyway. Now the free kick goes Aberdeen's way. Yellow card for Morelos. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Just a yellow, please.
Yeah, I don't know if he comes through the back end, Clive. He's got to be stronger. Fredo, you can. There's not much in it really for the power, the presence that he's got. Got a bit of history, Scott Brown and Fredo Morelos, but he's got to get a hold of the ball for the team, Clive. He's got to expect wee bumps.
Horrible history. Still an opportunity for Hedges. Another play it down, another over the 2. Ticking around Johnny Hayes this time, head injury. John Beaton's got no choice but to allow him to be treated. It's difficult to see quite how he has sustained a head injury.
Looks like he's blowing his sock down a bit, Clive. It looks more like it's a hamstring or a calf.
These are disappointing results. The last few home games, 1-1 against Motherwell, that rather dramatic 2-1 win over Hibs, and the 1-1 draw with Hearts here. This is to be another draw, 6 points dropped in 4 home games. It's not what we've been seeing. And I mentioned the fact earlier in the evening that Rangers have not scored more than 2 goals in any of their last dozen games, and it's ticking on to 13 now since they scored more than twice in a game. Just 8 clean sheets in 20 matches. Just doesn't add up to the kind of points haul, that the kind of levels that they set for themselves. Well, the clock's going to tick past those 5 minutes. Samuels is on for Aberdeen, but there's going to be added time to the added time.
Don't foul.
Yeah, he's found in Aberdeen's favour. It's so difficult because you've got to make some kind of a challenge. Ocho's going to go down.
Looks like he's getting a foul.
Yeah.
I think he'll just give the back kick, Clive. Won't be in any hurry to take it. Joe Lewis.
I think we're being honest, Rangers have played a lot better than they have tonight. It's been a checkered, disjointed performance in many ways. Obviously coming from 2 down, they got something out of the night. 2 down after 16 minutes, and Scott Brown scoring. It's pretty low. Kamara. Straight to Campbell. Too many of those kind of passes, but it's been given back to Tavernier. Right. Morelos was down there for a moment, then getting to his feet, and that is that. And there's a lot of disappointment around here tonight. A night for reflection, celebration of the life of a truly great Rangers man. It seemed as if the stage was set against an injury at Aberdeen for Rangers to produce a performance to mark the occasion, but it never quite came to that. They were 2 down in 16 minutes, Ramirez and Brown, and although Morelos revived Rangers' hopes almost immediately, they had to wait until 10 minutes from the end for James Tavernier to stride forward and score from the penalty spot. The Hibs Celtic game is still going, but Celtic are 3-1 up there, and it looks like they're about to close the gap at the top to just 2 points. Frustrating night for Rangers on the field, held 2-2 by Aberdeen.
Mum says we give money to Erskine to support Scotland's heroes. They helped my big brother when he came home. He got hurt in Iraq, but he's better now. And he helped my nan. She was in the Navy ages ago. Mum said she had bad memories of the war, but